Okay, so you know this is optional content. So if you want to follow me, you can follow me. If you don't want to follow me, you can just do the final project. Okay. So what we have done is we have done this part with the bottom calculation. Now, first of all, you know, if you want to read a file from the, you know, read a file or write a file, you have to use the existing file in your library, which is, let me see here, which is this. There's one name called, okay. You have to use OBJ reader, right? OBJ reader, define OBJ reader as an IO stream reader. And this is what you're supposed to look. Okay, keep in mind. So if you want to open a text file, you have to use define object as IO stream reader. Then after you assign OBJ reader is equal to IO file dot open text. You open the file, then you can use you know, then you're ready, then you can use read line to read every single line. Same thing, if you want to write into your file, then you also will have to use the text, you know, the stream writer. So instead of stream reader, you define object as stream writer. So you can see here, you have OBJ writer as an IO stream writer, and you use write line instead of read line. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind. Now, right here, so last time we stopped at here. So we know we are doing this bottom calculation depreciation. So we define variables and we do if else statement. So if the index number is larger equal 0, which is inside of this list, and we have int select item ID equal to the list inventory ID dot select index. Then we have this part. Where is this? If the, oh, we are already here. Wait a minute. So we finish. Wait a second. We finish the OBJ field. Oh, okay. So we are right here. So right here, we're gonna do the, if the button checked, then we are doing calling straight line depreciation. So we're gonna have to call this. We have a small function because we are choosing the button here. So yesterday, I mean, at the end of last class, we added this two radio button here, straight line, and the other one. What is the other one? I didn't finish. I didn't even finish this one. The first one, we added a button. This is a straight line. This name, we have a name straight line, RAD straight line. And wait a second, we have to finish. I didn't finish this user. Okay, so we have the red, and we have the make it color as a gray, which we made it. Okay, so we're gonna do this one in a radio button 2. So we click radio button 2. We're gonna change the name. The radio button 2 name is, we'll go to the name part. So it's RAD. If you have radio button, it starts with RAD. Double declining. Double declining. Okay. Then we have the font. Font stay the same as everybody else. So go to the font part. If you click the dot, the font is Sans Serif bold 10, which is by default because every other font has this one. The color is gray, so you don't have to change. It's like automatically this. The only thing we have to type is text part. The text part is double as decline balance. Now, as I mentioned to you, if you follow me to do this bonus project, I give you extra 10 points. Because definitely go. Yeah. So we have this button. So you have a name. So each only if you once you add this into your user interface, then you can code. So you can see now you have the radial straight line. Otherwise, if you don't that, you don't have this, then you will have red underline. So if it's checked, then we are going to call this function. So because we have two choices. So if you select that, if you check that big button, you're gonna call the function, this one function. If you have another one, which is double decline, so we have another function. So they have two special function because they have two radio buttons. So after we have this the checked, so what we type in the 65 is there's a function called straight line depreciation. Then we have an int selected ID, and we choose that. So at this point, we do not have straight line depreciation calculation method yet. Okay, so we're gonna do that right after this. So if this one checked, you're gonna call this. But if it's not checked, then you call another function because you have two radio buttons. So which means you have two separate calculation methods. The first one is straight line depreciation. The other one is called double line, double decline. So at this point, you can see that is on the red on the line because you have not defined yet. Okay. So else if it's not selected, then if this button is not selected, then you choose the other one. This radio button double declining dot checked. If this one got dot checked, so you can always use IntelliSense of your Visual Studio to help you type. Then we call another function. This function is also not defined because it is a calculation about double declining depreciation. Then you have int selected item. Okay, once again, now if you finish this project with me, I'll just do as much as I do. I'll give you extra 10 points for the last 2 weeks hard work. Okay, but if you don't want this 10 point, that's fine because it's optional content. So we have this. So if we choose that ready button from the group box, then you do this. Otherwise, you do another one. So we click enter. But if we don't select anything, then you're gonna show a message box because the user forget to select among these two radio buttons. So you do else. Then we have message box, MSG box. Message box, they always have 3 parameters, right? The first one is the message show on the box. The second one will always leave it empty. But if you want to have some special symbols, you put there. And the last one is the title. So for the message box, the first message you want to display is a string selected decryption error, so which is the third one, comma, and comma again. So you don't want any special symbol on your message box. And the title you want is string missing selection. Okay, because you see, you define those. Okay. What's wrong with it? We have, after we finish this, we use and if to finish the if else statement. After we finish, we have and if. Then we click else again. So right now we have the other else. Now, if it's larger or equal to 0, which means we have the right index. But if we don't have a right index, that means we don't have the inventory. So see here, if the list items select ID is larger or equal to 0, which means we select from the list box. If we select list box, then we check the radio button. So the first thing you do, you select the radio box or the list box, then you select this. Okay, the 2 things you do. Then you click calculate depreciation. Okay, so if we don't select, okay, then what we do? Else part. Then we do not select, then we just show an error message, a message box. This message box show you string select inventory error. Select inventory error. Inventory items error, then comma, string missing selection. String missing selection. Okay, and that's it. That is this one. So you can see here, now you use all of this. I'm going to close this. So this is what we have so far. And sum. So click enter. I'm going to type behind it. So as you know, since we have 2 radio buttons, so you're going to calculate. You have to write 2 functions for each of them, right? I mean, one for straight line, one for double declining. That is a long word. So we have this part. So we're going to type, first of all, straight line depreciation. We have 6 more methods to finish. Okay, 6 more methods to finish. So we're going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have 6 more. So let's do the first one is straight line depreciation. Is this one. Okay, we're going to define what it is. As you can see here, you only need 1 variable because right now you only have 1 variable, int select item ID. So you're going to call by value. So we're going to type on the line 77. Okay. So we type the function header. Then we have to define separate variables. So according to this book, if we choose the straight line depreciation, so they have a special formula. So we type it private sub straight line depreciation by variable. You know, we have 2 ways to pass your parameter. In the future, if you learn CSP 127 next semester or CSP 150 next semester, you will have exact same idea. If I have by val, what is by val? But that means you pass the value by, pass the parameter value to this function. So you make a copy of your value and send to them. If I use pass reference, that means I can go inside of the memory space and modify the value. So in the future, if you want a function modify or return more than 1 value, then the best way to do is to use by reference. So you can return more than 1 value. Because if I use a return statement, I can only return 1 value. But if you use by reference, you can kind of like return multiple values. So the value, we call the name is int item ID as integer. Sorry. So I'm going to try to finish this one today, but then no matter what, next class, I'm going to leave it as, if you have any questions, you can ask me so I can help you around. Also, by the way, if you want get tutor help, the tutors, the CS, computer science tutor hours, Wednesday from 11 to 2, and Thursday from 1 to 3, or 12 to 3. But anyway, there's an option here. You can either ask me questions, or you can just go to the tutoring center to get help on Thursday and Wednesday. Okay. Also, you can email me. Okay. Some of you guys, if I haven't received anything from you, I mean, not anything. If I don't receive some of your work, then you have to contact me as soon as possible, because the last Monday, next Monday is last day. Okay. Hopefully, I will receive everything from you by Monday. So especially after Monday presentation, you're gonna have to give me all the work. And keep in mind, on Monday, everybody come here, show me your work in front of class. That will be 20% of your grade, your final grades. Okay. It is important to exchange ideas. So in the future, when you do your other programming languages, then you're gonna do the final project also. As I mentioned to you, in the summer, I will have HTML class in summer too, from June 1st to August 1st. We meet every Monday and Wednesday for half days. So in my HTML class, I will also let you do a midterm project and a final project. So there's no midterm test and final test involved. So it will be all hands-on work, okay? So hopefully you can collect all the project you've done and put them somewhere or save them somewhere. So in the future, you can try to, find a job because that's what you have done. Okay, back to here. So I have a function header, a private sum, straight line, depreciation, val, int, item ID as integers. Then we have this sub procedure, compute. Compute only when you choose the radio button, right? Compute and displays the straight line depreciation for the item. Then we start to declare variables. As you can see, once I type the function header, the underline on the red underline under straight line depreciation is gone. Okay, so because you are defining this variable. So if you see red underline, you probably did not define this function or you did not define the variable. So we can assign dimension. Okay. So in the future, when you do other languages, they don't use dimension, DIM, but you get the idea. Okay. For all the other high level languages, all this integer will occupy 4 bytes. The decimal numbers will occupy 8 bytes. That is for sure. Okay. Some of the long variables, long decimals, they will occupy 16 bytes, 16 bit. Sorry, 16 byte, not bit. Okay. So, as the more space you use in the memory to store this number, then you can represent, larger number. Right? 4 bytes of integer. So each byte is 8 bit. So 4 times 8 is 32. So you always hear we have 32 bit of integer, right? Yeah. That's integer. Then we'll do another one. Okay. Straight present year value as decimal equals 0. We will define those two. As you can see, if you initialize the value, you don't have this green underline. It's like gray color. But once you use this variable, a decimal DEC as a prefix, decimal straight present year value, if you use that, it will change from this light gray to dark gray. And we have another one. Straight depreciation as decimal do another one. division. We do next one is decimal straight total. As decimal. Then we're gonna define the 2 error messages for your message box. Error message, just message in your result. String depreciation item as string equal to the depreciation of the item. Here, string quantity message as string. So just display the result. String equal to quantity equals what? So we declare all the variables. Now, the next thing is, wait a second. We're gonna do the calculation. The procedure make object visible is called to display the form object. You know, the fall semester schedule is online already. So we take a moment when after class, I mean, like maybe sometime this week or next week to see what kind of class you want to take. And if you need help, advisement, you can talk to me. So for next semester, majority class will be face-to-face. So we're gonna have to be here. Okay, probably the only class will stay online is the online VB, my other section, and the online HTML, and we do have an online Java. Okay, but majority class will be back to campus, and you will have all the class, you know, the student activity come back, like a student clubs, everything come back. And we do have computer science club. Oh, by the way, yeah, I have to show you one thing I forgot. We have, wait a second, I'm gonna have to mark it. I'm gonna have to mark it. So in the summer, the computer science club, they invite a professor speaker, okay, about about software development on June 9th, guys. Now, when you have time, so this will be the we have a speech. We invite someone from outside, give you a talk on June 9th, 5:30 on Thursday. So if you're interested, you can, wait a second. So contact Professor Aaron. You can email me. I will just forward your Zoom link. Okay. I think it will meet on Zoom. So if anybody have interest to participate the software development, which is think beyond the code, you can talk to them. Actually, hopefully you can learn something from this. Okay, so we do have a computer science club. It is activated, and we are going to have a robotic club. which I'm the mentor. We haven't do anything ever since pandemic. So next semester, I'm gonna active this account, this club. So hopefully whoever stay here can join. I need a president, I need a vice president and a secretary, etc. to run this club. Back to here. So let's finish this part. So we're gonna have another one is called make object visible. So we do have another function we're gonna write, which is called make object visible to make the result, display the result, etc. So we have a function make object visible. This is not ready yet, so you will see underline. Okay, you will see red underline. This means we have not defined. So if we have red underline, it's not defined. If I see green underline, that means I declare, but I do not use. So you always see the green underline in the variables because we declare, but we did not use. So we have this function, as you can see, it's not ready yet. So right after we finish this one and the double declining, then we're gonna make a function for make object visible to display result and put inside the, show all this every item in your for list box. As you can see here, you have this for list box. How can you display the result? I mean, the data you read from the data file to this list box. How can you do that? By using make object visible. Okay, then the next one is display the item and the quantity of the selected item. We'll type the label LBL items. The first one is LBL item dot text. So if you want to display something on the label, so you just do LBL label item dot text equal to string depreciation items and string concatenation. If you have this one, this means concatenation, combine two strings together. Okay, for all the languages, for all different languages, they always have string concatenation. The only difference is they use different symbol. For this one, they're using this delta. Some of them they use a plus sign. Okay, but if you see that two strings combined together, that is like a combine two string as one single string. Inventory item int item ID. So we have this one. Another label LBL quantity dot text equal to string quantity message, then and int quantity, then we have this one, the int quantity. So that integer we have to convert to string. So int quantity, int item ID, then we have to use dot to string because everything you see on your label, on your user interface, they are all string type. So if it's integer, you have to call to string. So we have this two ready, display the items, item quantity of select item. Next one is the formula for straight line depreciation. Decimal straight line equal to on the line decimal initial value and int item ID. So you start to calculate. So this one, these two have to divide together. The straight depreciation equal to initial divided by the life of a year. How many years you have? Int life of item. Life of items. So this one, the life of items defined on the top. That's why you don't see any underline, because we have defined it at the beginning of this file. So the straight depreciation is like the initial price divided by how many years. So if I 20 years life expense, so you have to just divide by 20, etc. So every year you decrease this value. But the problem most of the time is not this case, right? Not this case. Next one is decimal straight presentation present year value equal to decimal initial value, initial price, int item ID. So we have the formulas ready. Then we have to do for every year, we're going to use a loop to declare, to calculate. Okay, for the first year, and what is your value? And for the second year, and you have to add all of them together in a loop. Yes.
It says my initial prices is declared.
Items of where?
So we just type it says the initial price is declared.
Decimal initial price,
Yeah.
which should be there. I think you have that right here at the beginning. Right here, see here on the class. At the beginning of the class, you have that.
Yeah, I forgot the underline.
Oh, don't worry. Okay. So what his underline means? Do you know what his underline means? It means it is a class field you define in the beginning of a class. Okay. So in Java, we call them as a field. So some, in Java, you separate field and the variable, local variable. Okay. So you do know if you can declare a variable as a local, you do that in local, because we want, we want this variable stay as local as possible, so you don't have to occupy the memory space for that long. Because if you declare as a field, it will stay there forever. As long as you have this object, you stay there forever. But if it's local, then after you call the function, it will release back to the things like a human being. When we were born, like human class, when we were born, we have the social security number. It stay with us, right? That is a field. But for the lunch we eat today, that is a local variable. So today, what kind of food you eat today? It might be important for today, but after 10 days or after 2 years, you won't remember what you eat today, right? That is a local variable. So if we don't want the variable stay for too long to occupy our memory space, we don't want everybody to occupy memory space. Otherwise, you will slow your calculation, right? Because when you do the calculation, you also need to occupy your memory space. You don't want your memory space occupied too much. That is why, if you can make this as local as, make it as local as possible. And in the future, your other teachers will keep mentioning you this. And in the future, I strongly suggest you to take a class called Java data structure and algorithm. Because when you do the coding, it's not just coding. It's not just like what a variable define, what function you write, because sometimes you do have better ways. Okay, like a binary tree. Now, what is a binary tree? Selection. So if you want to search from a big collection, now if you select from beginning 1 by 1, you might have to do that 100 times for 100 elements. But if you do the binary tree, you most likely, if you're lucky, most likely you won't have 100. You don't have to do 100 times. If you're lucky, you can do maybe 2 or 3 times. You can find the number. If you're not lucky, you might try multiple times. So there's a lot of algorithm doing the coding, because not only you have to write a code with no error message, nothing, no error, no logic error, no syntax error, but also you have to think like, how can we run the code fast? Seriously, if you in the future, if you write code for if you want to do a video game, right? Because there's so many video game companies, they are hiring people. Like I think the most famous one is Blizzard, right? They are hiring people to make their code and games, and they hire people to test their files, their games. So timing is very important. How can you make things fast, right? So take that class in the future. If you want to be a computer science student, you need this class. Okay, this is a required class for computer science, data structure and algorithm. And you're gonna have this, like, you're gonna learn such kind of class in the future. There's a difference between a student, a programmer who graduated from computer science degree, a programmer just finished a boot camp. Okay, back to here. Okay, so we're gonna use a loop to handle from day one until the end of lifespan. So the loop, and also the things I use this time to do my required content. But if you need help, you can email me. Okay, you can always email me to ask me questions. And also, if you finish your final project, you can start to submit. So we use a loop to repeat for the life of stem. So we start from for loop for int straight present years. We use tab key, that is what we choose, equal to 1 from 1 to int lifetime, life of the items. Then we can accumulate the total of depreciation. And I know this week is your final week, right? You might have some final exams, you might have some final project due. Don't forget, you have a tutoring center available. Okay, so you can, the tutoring center offers service online and face-to-face. For, I think they have like tutor for math and science for every single day, but for this class is only Wednesday and Friday and Thursday. Okay, so we accumulate the total of the depreciation. Then we do decimal straight total. We have this one equal to plus equals, what is plus equal to decimal straight total plus this. So we use plus equal to short our code straight depreciation. So we choose this one. So decimal straight total equal to decimal straight total plus decimal straight depreciation. Then after do that, you display result. Display depreciation. Okay, we have list year. We're gonna this year dot item in the list. We're gonna add those into our list box. Dot add this year dot add int straight present year to string. Always change to string. But when you cast to string, you have to have the empty parenthesis, and you might want to have the inside a to string you might have double quotation C, right? Double quotation G, double quotation F of F1, right? There's certain format for you to convert integers to the strings. Oh, by the way, besides Peter, who else graduated this time? And anybody else graduate? Oh, you graduate too?
No.
Oh, go! Congratulations! You're gonna go to which school? You're gonna go?
You want staff. Stack. St. Thomas Aquinas.
Oh, okay, that's close. That's local. So are you gonna be in the ceremony? Graduation ceremony?
At Boulders, yeah.
Okay. You too, Gavin?
No.
Oh, I heard you say yes. You gotta go there. Yeah. I tried to register, but I forgot to register last Friday's due date. I have to contact them. I'm gonna be there. I hope I can be there for you guys. Okay. It's good to see everybody, you know, all the whole world back to normal. Okay. Present value. Dot items. Dot add. Okay, but decimal straight present year value. So you're gonna have to change to this one with a $sign to string with double quotation C, right? Currency. So you will see this form. Okay, so we have how many lists we have? As you can see now in the user interface, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna have this 4 list box adding to that. The other one's list year depreciation. Okay, no, list year. Next one is list year. Dot item, dot add. I'm gonna do this one as a decimal straight different decimals straight depreciation. A second one. Then 2 string with double C. Okay. So we have next one, the list, the last one was we have a 3 list box, 4 list box. The last one is the list total depreciation. Dot item, dot add. I'm gonna have decimal straight total dot to string. So you can see when you type this, it remind you, okay, so in the future, if you want to display a number in your user interface, you have to call to string to convert integer to string type. C, uppercase C, lowercase c, C doesn't matter. I'll just use uppercase C. Okay, so currency. Next part is decimal straight present year value minus equal decimal straight depreciation. Okay, every year the present value is whatever it had left minus this. Now we finish this. This is what we have for this function. Okay, so this is what we have. So that is the whole function for a straight line depreciation. You can see take too long. And you can see here right now, make object visible is still red on the line. So we have to modify this. But the first thing first, we're gonna do this part. We're gonna define another function called double decline depreciation. So it was a different method. This straight one, as you can see, for the straight line. So every year depreciation is the initial price divided by time. So if I have 20 years life, is like, you know, whatever value, that's 20 divided 20. So every year you decrease $1 value, something like that. But most likely it won't be this case, right? In real life, it's not just this. Okay, so let's do the next one. it's a double decline. So it's like a, let's see, it's also private sub double decline depreciation and also by val. So generally speaking, most likely if you want to declare a variable, I mean you declare a function, the function parameter you want to make it as a pass by value. That is the easiest one. That's a fundamental one, basic style for you pass parameters. Because if you do by reference, without careful planning, it's easy to make mistakes, because by reference you can make someone else enter this memory space freely, right? So they might leave something messy. Int items ID as integer. This sub procedure computes and displays the double declining and balance depreciation. You know, that is when you click the ready button for double declining depreciation for the item selected. Also, I will stay here for a while. So if you need help, let me know. Okay, after 12:40, I will stay here until 1 o'clock. So if you have any questions, if you need help, let me know. Okay. Some people, I think you guys owe me a lot of homeworks. So make sure you give me the right, right format homework. Once you figure out how to do that, it's easy, right? Now, I think Gavin, now you know how to do that. It's good. So define double present year, not straight, because it's a different system, different way to calculate the two double decline and straight decline. So double present year as integers. Then we have another dimension. That's decimal double present year value as decimal equal to 0. And we have another one. Dimension double decimal double depreciation as decimal. And we have another one. Decimal double total as decimal. And we do the procedure make objects visible is hard to display the form objects. So now you have to call this function, which is not ready yet. So make objects visible. So it's not ready yet. Then we're gonna, next part is display. Chris, have you finished? Chris, you finished, you guys, both of you finished the final project? Okay. If you need help, let me know, okay? Display the items. And quantity of the selected item. So Joseph, I think you finished that after class by yourself, right?
Which one?
This one.
This one?
Uh-huh.
I'm just starting right now. 'Cause I gotta find them.
What study? Which one? Math?
Yeah, math.
Okay, good luck. So by the way, if you have time in the summer, it's good time to take some math class, pre-calc or calculus 1 or calculus 2, especially if you want to study computer science degree. You need a calculus, okay? Or if you really don't want to study something difficult, maybe take some gym class in the summer. Just don't waste your time. Yeah, they have some gym class, or you can have the art class. Yeah, because you know, for summer it's too long. It's 3.5 months. Now, for the first half month, you might say, okay, you're so excited, you have all free time. After 1 month or 2 months, you feel bored, so you might find something to do. So it's good time to take some class in the summer, especially for June and July. Yeah, even after you finish, you still have August to relax. 1 whole August to relax. So we select items. Okay, don't have that. We type that. So we do LBL item dot tax. Now equal to the depreciation of the item. Then we have a string inventory item int item ID. Into item ID. Then we have LBL quantity dot tax equal to quantity then string calculations int quantity. Then we have int items ID dot to string. You have to change the integer to string. Okay, so the LBL quantity test is quantity combined with whatever the integer to string. The next one is decimal double present year value equal to decimal initial price with int items ID. Okay, then we do the loop repeats for the life of the items. The loop repeated for the life of items. So we're gonna we have to do for the year equal to 1 to the lifespan int life. So we do int for int double present year equal to start from year 1 to the whole lifespan, which is int life of items. Then we have to do the comment part. So, you know, documentation is very important to this part of documentation. The formula for double declining the, sorry, I have depreciation inside the loop to repeat the process. We'll do decimal double depreciation. The first one equal to or still. For this one, this time it's every year, not all, it's just declare doubled. So that's why it said equal to percentage of the parenthesis decimal double present year value. Then multiply by 2D. 2D is 2 decimal, 2, just 2, but it's decimal. Okay, if the integer, I mean, it's D, 2D means 2 times 2. 2 is the decimal value. So decimal times the decimal, you have a decimal value. So 2D means whatever this value, your value times 2, divide by initial time, lifetime, int life of items. So in the previous one, so your depreciation is like the amount of value divided by year. So like every year you decrease for $1 probably. But for this one, instead of just decrease this amount is doubled because it's multiplied by 2. Okay, so you have that. Then the next one you're going to do accumulate. So accumulates the total of depreciation, decimal double total plus equal decimal double depreciation. Then we have display the depreciation amount. Again, so you will do exact same thing as the previous one. List of year, present year value. So list year depreciation is the year, just list year. Okay, list year dot item dot add. So we're gonna add first one int double present year. Dot toString parenthesis. So you see, even without any parameter, you still need the parenthesis to tell them that is a function. toString is a function. That's why it's list present year, because we do have 4 small lists under the button. So we're gonna add another one, present value dot items dot add. So for the other languages like Java, C++, or Python, if they handle the list, which is array, they also will have all this existing function allow you to use. So they, in Java and C++, they also have dot add. Okay, add item inside. Okay, or dot remove items from the list, or dot length, dot size. They have all kinds of existing functions available for you to handle the collections. Next one is present years. We have decimal double present year value. Just toString with next one is list year depreciation dot items dot add We have decimal, double, precision, dot to string. So we have C right here. The last list, according to the previous one, the same as the straight line, so which is the list total depreciation. List total depreciation dot items dot add. I'm gonna add decimal double total dot to string. Still another C. We have this. The next one, we're gonna type the value double decimal double present. Sorry, wait a second. Decimal double present year value is equal to minus equal decimal double depreciation. Okay, so that is this one. So we're done with this one. So why they have to list year depreciation dot item. I have dot add on one action add. Okay, now it's gone. So we have this, as you can see here, we have double decline calculation and straight decline. The difference is like whether you time 2 or not. So we have four small videos. So we have 4 small videos. Okay, so which means we try to finish as much as possible, and whatever left, we can finish half of class next class. But then, as I mentioned to you, no matter how much time I spend on this class, you can, if you don't want to do that, you can just don't do this. It's optional. Okay. So whoever follow me, you are the pioneer. Okay, I'll give you extra 10 points. So we have this one. This is one. Okay. I didn't realize we had to spend like 5 classes for this. So I'm gonna probably leave it as a optional in the future again. So we have this. So next thing we do is we are going to code the make object or make this code visible. So we haven't done this one yet. Make code visible. Make the object visible. So this is quite easy. We finish. We can finish the rest of it today. Because they're quite easy. So let's do the make object visible. Okay, so let's do that. The private sub make objects visible. So for this one, it's quite easy. Private sub. So this is we can do private sub, make it everybody visible. So this procedure displays the objects showing the result. We have the LBL items dot visible equal to true. So you make all the list, all the labels available visible equal to true, and all the list also make them true. Okay, so LBL, the next one is the quantity dot visible. This is the easiest part. So this function is very easy because all you have to do is to make all the visible equal to choose. L year dot visible equal to true. Then we have the list year dot visible equal to true. So later on, when you do the manual clear stuff, the other one is always make them false. So we have a list year. Number five. Number five is labels. Label present year value. Present value dot visible equal to true. Next one is list present year. Present value dot visible equal to true. So next one is LBL year depreciation. Year depreciation dot visible. As you can see, this is so easy. Equal to true. And list year depreciation dot visible equal to true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So LBL total. So with LBL total depreciation dot visible equal to true. The other one is the list total depreciation dot visible equal to true. So as you can see, this one is just a modify, make all everybody's be able to see. That is why it's a make object visible, make every labels, every list visible. Then you have to remove the previous data. So you have to do the next part is the previous data is removed. We use a, we have 4 lists, so we just do the dot clear. So list year dot items dot clear. Remove the previous items from that. And we have another list present value dot items dot clear of this. Okay, then 2 more. List year depreciation dot items dot clear. Last one is list total depreciation dot items dot clear. So clear up all the lists. We have 4 lists under the button, so we clear up them. So that is the make object visible. make all the labels and list visible and clear out all the labels list. So that's what we have. Okay. So the next three small functions are for the other table user interface. So let's finish this one. As you can see, just make everything display. we have a lot. So definitely tomorrow I'm going to use it to Wednesday class. So I'm gonna go back to the what do you say? This one. We're gonna go back to the user interface. As you can see, we clicked file, click display inventory, double click that. So you will see menu display click. So menu display click. So that is from the user interface. You double click the menu because you can see the menu. We have three menus. So we're gonna have three functions for all of the menu here. So we double click display inventory. So we're gonna have this. Okay. Okay, so this one is the menu display, click, event, create, raise, and instead of from display inventory. So we define a variable, define form second as new form display. So form display inventory. Then we hide it. Hide this form and show the display inventory form. Just hide it, hide the form. As you can see, if you want to hide it, it's so easy. Just use hide with empty parenthesis, you hide the form. Then you do one thing, form second dot show dialog. So by doing this, you display the second user interface, which is right here. As you can see, by doing that, you display this one. See this one? You're gonna see from here, from the small window. So there's a manual display click. So we finish the manual click. Just click the display. You're gonna have that. Have it. We have two more for our manual because if you click menu files, you have three of them, right? So this is for the menu display. So you can do the same thing. Back to the user interface. You can click clear. So it's menu clear. So the clear is like you hide everything. So make all the visible become false and remove items from the list. So you can double click back to the user interface, double click the clear. If you double click clear, so you can see here it's a menu clear click. So for this one, it's like the reverse of your make object visible. So you make it everybody become false. So you have that. So the menu clear. Sorry. Hey, what's wrong with this? Clear, click, event, click, clears and reset the form. So you can see here, list inventory ID dot select index equal to -1. It's like it's empty. Then we have red straight line dot checked equal to false. Make it false, so nobody can see that. So it's not, nobody has choose the radio button yet. Then radio button double decline is also selected. Dot checked is also equal to false. So make everybody be false. As a clear button. Label item visible. Dot visible equal to false. The LBL quantity dot visible equal to false again. Then we have another one, LBL year dot visible equal to false. If you have any question, you're welcome to stay here. Okay, I will be here until 1 o'clock. So if you have any question, you can just ask me. I can help you around it. The LBL list year equal to false. Then we have a list year item. The list we're gonna clear it out. So list year dot items dot clear. Next one is LBL. So I'm gonna finish up this one. I'm gonna done. So LBL present value dot visible equal to false. And we have L list present year dot visible present value. You hide everybody, so you get equal to false. So it's like the opposite of the make it visible. Okay, you make it them invisible, so it's like invisible. So it's like make all of them become false. Then you clear the list, clear present value dot items dot clear. Next one, LBL year depreciation dot visible dot visible equal to false. Make them all hide. Then we have list year depreciation dot visible equal to false. And then we clear this list year depreciation dot items dot clear that. Clear the list and make it invisible. And the next one is the LBL total depreciation dot visible. Make them still be false, just hide everything. Then list total depreciation dot visible equal to false, and we clear the list total depreciation dot items dot clear. So we clear this one. So this is like a clear everything. Okay, make your index back to beginning. So it's like empty. If it's empty, nothing in this list, you make the index equal to -1, and then make the radio button unchecked, label unchecked, label in hide it, list clear. So you have everything right here. Okay, so one more. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Okay, we still have 5 minutes. So the last thing we do, as you can see here, for today, because we do have a small table, we haven't done anything yet. So we're gonna leave this display inventory for beginning of next class. So I'm gonna try to give you extra time to do the final project, and I will stay here longer. I mean, I will stay here until 1 every time. If you need help, let me know. So last one is you go to the menu, you double click exit. So exit is the easiest one. So you just have to do, first of all, type the menu exit, click event, closes the application. So you only need one line. Which line? Close. That's it. But right here is called application.exit. Application.exit. So it's not done yet. I want to tell you this is not done yet because we have for this small table, we haven't done anything yet. So next class, we're gonna do that. Hopefully I can finish as soon as possible so you can have extra time. Also, so this is all for today. Also,